Okay, B'ezrat Hashem, today we're going to start a new shir, which will be, Mitzvah Hashem, a combination of Shivchey HaRan, the praises of Rabbeinu HaKadosh, and Sichos HaRan. These are the shmuzim that Rabbeinu said to Reb Nosson. Rabbeinu said to Anash, and Reb Nosson wrote them down. These are not the Torahs of the Kutam, these are not the teachings of the Kutam HaRan, but these are the things that the Rebbe said on various occasions. Shivchey HaRan these are the praises of Rabbeinu that Reb Nosson wrote down, just a little bit. Reb Nosson said that he writes down just very little, and he says that 100% that, Shivchey HaRizal, the praises of HaRizal that Chaim Vital wrote, he says if that's the only thing that were by HaRizal, he said from Rabbeinu is still more. He says only Chaim Vital wrote down a little bit, just a few things that we should know, that there was such a person in the world, but that's not who HaRizal was. He said if that's all there was into him, from Rabbeinu we saw more than that. So even Shivchey HaRan is just a little from the little. We start Seif Aleph. When Rabbeinu was small, when he was a small boy, he came on his mind to be Felash Ma'olam, that's it. He doesn't want anything to do in this world, and he wanted to break Taivas Achila. That's the first thing. But he still had a sechel cut, and he was just a boy, just a little boy. And he figured it's not possible that he will eat less than what he was really always eating in the morning and in noon. So he decided that what he's going to do is going to swallow whatever he's going to eat without chewing it. You just swallow it, so you won't feel any taste in his eating. And this is what he did. And he had he said he had his neck blew up. I'm not exactly sure what it was, Geshvalim. And he said he was 6 years old at the time, and when he was doing this. And he says that this anhaga, this kind of conduct I heard, and also says, to a very, very, very great thing, from a huge tzaddik, big tzaddik, that's the way he was. He would swallow his food without chewing. But he, Zichron Rabbeinu, was behaving this when he was 6 years old. Ad kan Seif Aleph. Okay. Sichos HaRan, Seif Aleph. Kani yadati gadol Hashem v'Adonai mikol Elokim. For I have known that Hashem is great, and that our Master is greater than all the lords. David HaMelech said, Kani yadasi, for I have known. Ani yadati, I have known. Particularly. Because the greatness that you perceive of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you could not tell a friend. Not only this. You can even tell yourself the feeling that you had about this yesterday. You cannot tell yourself today. One day you feel like, wow, unbelievable. The next day, I don't know, it all went away. Even from day to day, you cannot say, whatever it is that shines to you in one day, you cannot tell yourself another day. And you cannot tell yourself that the second day, the shining and the sparkling and the illumination of the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu yesterday. That's why he says, Ani yadati, I knew. In other words, once I knew already, you cannot talk about it at all. And he says, and Rabbeinu says that Masha Katuv Acharav, that's what's written afterwards, the continuing of the apostle. Ani adag el Hashem mikol Elokim, kol asher chavetz Hashem asa b'shamayim v'haaretz. Everything that Hashem wants, He did in heaven and earth. This Rabbeinu says, U'inyan acher legamri v'rochok legamri. This is a totally separate issue. And it's very, very far from the praise of Ani Adasi, that I have known. Because the kavanah in these words, Ki Ani Adati, for I have known, it is impossible to tell it all. Because it is gava me'oid, 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 gava mal gava. It is higher than higher than higher. It is more profound at all profundity that the mouth cannot even talk. Like Ani Adati Daika. There is an inner knowing. And it said, the Zohar HaKadosh, Noida B'Shor, Ba'alo, her husband is known, the Sha'orim, the gates. What's the Sha'orim, Ba'alo, Noido, her husband, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Noido B'Sha'orim, called Chad Lefim Mishah B'Liba, each one according to his Mishah that he can estimate in his own heart, as it says in another place. The Kodesh Baruch Hu has created the world with built-in, like many, many years ago, there was a TV series called Mission Impossible. And the guy would go to a telephone booth and get instructions. And once he got the instructions, this message will self-destruct in a few seconds and smoke would come up. The greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the revelation of the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the hangoshen that you have, any single day come with an auto self-destruct right afterwards. This is because the purpose of this world is the Bechira. The person's in trouble. HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes him out of it. He's giving him a Yeshua. It can be a machla. It can be tremendous, unbelievable things. HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes you out of it, takes me out of it. Sure. Yeah, it's totally normal. A minute before, you were screaming, you can't believe I can't get out of it, nothing will ever get me out of this, it's never happened, because God's never going to look at me, He's never going to save me, He's never going to save me, whatever. A minute later, oh, sure, cool. It's gone. If you even say thank you, it's a perfunctory kind of like, oh, thanks. Like, before you scream, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to eat the floor. Whatever you want. I'll lift it. Anything. The minute you should come, oh, sure. Sure, of course. It's normal, isn't it? The spilus, the awe, the proper awe of the Yeshua comes with an automatic self-destruct. Ani Adati. Inside that moment when you perceive the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or when you get the news of the Yeshua. Many times when you get the news of the Yeshua, it's, especially with money matters, it almost feels like a letdown. Oh, okay. Should have asked him for double. You can't carry it over. This is that Shevach is profound beyond profundity. Ani Adas, that Sichos HaRan,